Well, good morning, everybody. It's Patty here, the Tinkerer's wife. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a little bit of a science project. I know a lot of people have been doing this snail rolling where you take and you have this plastic or like a thicker cardboard kind of a papery thing, something you can roll and you put soil in it. Well, I did it with what I found out wasn't recommended to do it with, and that is things like snap peas, the sugar snap peas that I have in here. So I'm going to try unrolling them and getting them planted into a pot. So come along for the adventure. This should be interesting. One thing I know about gardening, if I know nothing else, if it fails, you can always try again, and there's always a lot to learn. So don't ever be discouraged. That's all I have to say. I mean, if you need something, obviously, it's like, oh, that's so sad. But this is a science project. It's said that gardening is part art and part science, and I have a brain for both of those to a degree. Anyway, here we go. Let's have some fun. Okay, let me get this adjusted. Yeah, we don't have a fancy setup here at all. I never have. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. I think that'll work. So, let me see. I gotta get this opened here. Where's the oh, I guess I put the tape all the way around. That was maybe not so smart. I just used packing tape. This fabric here, it tears easily, so I'm planning on planting whatever I can get out of here. I'll just open it up as we can. I need to find something to... I actually did take it all the way around. Okay, note for those who want to try this, don't put your tape all the way around. Now I can't find the edge of the tape. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Oh, that's the under. No, it is. So anyhow, the woman, and I wish I could remember her name. I need to bring out a notepad that has her name on it. I will link her in the comments, or in the description. She was the first person I ever saw do this, and since then I have seen it just everybody and their dog trying it. But I think she might have been the first, maybe. I don't know if she was the one who came up with the idea. Now look at this. You know how we like to do things in little pots? Oh, I can see right off why this isn't maybe a good idea, because these guys get all tangled. But they're not hard to untangle. You can gently pull them apart. This is the key. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Oh, this is cool. You can see the seed here and the roots. Look at all those beautiful long roots. You know how you will sow pea seeds and it just seems to take forever to get them to go? This didn't take very much time. I mean, I think, have these been in here a month? I don't think so. Anyway, so I have, oh my gosh, I can fill my pot with these now. And in order to separate them, they separate much easier than they would if they were planted. Look at that, they just fall apart. No congested, tangled roots. Oh, this is fabulous. My propagator's heart is just a twitter here. Oh, here's one that didn't do much. That one's no good. This is the other thing we can figure out. I put it in there, but it did not like its situation. Here's another one, they just fall apart. Oh, the beauty of this. Y'all got to try this. Now this one is growing okay, but it's weird, so I will put it over here. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So while I'm doing this, I can talk about other things. I have kind of suffered this year from having to put things off, which seems to be what happens, and it's not my doing. I have to wait for help, and such is life, right? Some of us are blessed to have ready help whenever we need it. That has not been the case for me. Even when my husband was alive, he did things on his own schedule, not when I needed them done, even if he had advance notice. It's just how some people are. He was not the gardener. He was getting into it before he passed away. That last couple of years of his life, he was getting into trees. And there's part of me that bemoans the fact that he didn't find that until late in life. But I'm sure the people that bought the house from me, that whoever's living there is enjoying the fruit of his labors, literally, because one tree that was doing well, it was a little Italian plum that he got as a sucker from our neighbors, and he had pruned it to keep it low. Now, whether they understood what was going on, I don't know, but they probably have eaten fruit off of it. I never got to taste the fruit to see if it was like a rootstock fruit, which I don't know what they use for rootstocks for plums, but a lot of plums, for a period of time, they used a rootstock. I think they might still do it. Oh yeah, here's the, okay, we're just gonna pull that apart. But yeah, this is just fabulous. Isn't this amazing? Now here's another one with weak roots. I'm not sure I want to keep that one. I would keep the ones with the strongest root systems. This is another thing that's good about this. You're not planting seeds and finding out, uh-oh, that seed doesn't have a good strong root system. So I would say this is a win. I will say this is a win. So I need to take a picture for a thumbnail, which I will do. But this is awesome. Wow. This is so simple to do too. It's just a matter of laying out the fabric. I recommend having it be 10 inches at least. I bought this on Amazon, but like I said, you can use, there's like it's like a cardstock, except for it's paper, and if you know what cardstock, it's cardstock weight, maybe a little weightier. They use it for landscape stuff. Anyhow, that might work, but it comes in big rolls. But if you can find something like that, you could even use, I wouldn't use like newspaper because it degrades too quickly. You need something that's gonna have some stability to it. This stuff, you get your packages, the stuff you mail order to your home. This is packing material. So I just bought a roll. I think it was $16 or something. I'm already saying that was money well spent. I'm going to try doing other plants this year in it. I'll try doing some perennials. And I think that'll be great. And I wonder how it would work with cuttings. That's one thing I want to try, is cuttings, because I am a propagator at heart and I like to mess around with cuttings. So let's see how that goes. But I'm going to get these. Let me pull this up here again. Yes, that's it's a workspace around here right now. I moved in all that not long ago. This is my first spring. So anyhow, that's how that's going. But this is just incredible. I mean, look at those. I'm trying to get this to line up, and I'm doing it kind of backwards here. All of these. Look at those roots. Is that cool? Yeah, pretty neat. So let me take a quick detour here, and I'm going to show you what else I've got going on real quick. Some of you knew that I had sown Trifoliate Citrus seeds that Papa Pepper had sent me. Just surprised me with, and all of them germinated. Not all of them grew. I don't know, I could have had insect that cut off some of them, but they were all germinated. They'd all started to come out of the ground. We've had some cooler nights, some not so great day weather. It's been like in the low 50s, but then it got hotter and they're growing really well now. So I'll show you those, but let me show you how my green stalks are doing too, and a couple other things. So these are my green stalks. The jury's out on doing calendula in them. Calendula really needs full sun, and I don't have it here, not in this space. I've got to figure out a better place for them maybe. I also have these rolling bases on these, and I think if I was going to do it again, if I had a place I could just put them and set them and leave them, I would have gotten the plain base for them, the one that just turns. These are kind of good because if you have to take it and move it from one side of the patio to another, like I want to take these and put them all the way down there because that gets the best sunlight. It's nearest to my kitchen door, which, I mean, that's my front door. My kitchen's just on the other side of my house. So anyhow, I thought that might be good. So, but for now, I've got them here. They're doing really well. The sage really likes it, and so do these herbs. And what's really fun is that is a bedroom window up there. And I can wake up in the morning and open my window, which it isn't done yet, and see all of this. This is celery. Celery in the upper part works really good too because it gets kind of tall. But I have one of these has a little pepper on it already. I don't think it's this one. It's probably one of the other ones. Yeah, so I've got several peppers in here. This is a little tomato. I think it's a Tommy Tumbler. I've got some other tomatoes in here. Radishes, which my radishes aren't doing good. I don't know what's going on with those. So anyhow, oops, I'm not looking at the screen. So, and I love these. These are not your normal pansies. These were the special pansies. And I'm so glad I spent the money on the more beautiful, fuller pansies. And it just made a huge difference because it's what you see. It draws your eye. And in case you don't know what this plant is, this is perilla, also known as shiso. It's a Japanese culinary herb. It also is in like the basil and the basil family, along with coleus. It's in that group. So it will have similar stems with flowers, and it's good for pollinators. This makes a lovely pink vinegar if you want to. It doesn't have like a ton of flavor to it, so it doesn't add a lot of flavor. Golden feverfew is about to bloom. And my fig tree's doing really well. And here is the citrus. Let me talk about the citrus for a second. Citrus, I was really surprised at how fast these germinated. Once they had the amount of cold, moist, all you got to do is you put some moist potting soil in a bag, throw the seeds you want to germinate in there, mix them up, make sure there's good contact with them, throw them in the refrigerator for a few weeks. I'm not exactly sure how many. I looked it up once, but quickly forgot. Anyway, so this is the results. And this Trifoliate Citrus is a rootstock for a lot of other citrus. It's hardy here in Zone 8B. And some of you may have heard of Flying Dragon citrus. Well, this is part of that same group. And it's a really interesting plant. So anyway, but yeah, I bought myself a Flexzilla hose. It's 100 feet. I think I overkilled it. It's fun learning to use a new hose. I've only ever used that little gray Flexogen hose. Those are really good hoses too. I had one last 25 years that I was running on cement and all over the yard. So, it's got a lifetime guarantee. So I'm keeping that one. But anyway, so this is the new one, and I do like it. It's just getting used to it. The kinks don't, it doesn't have memory for kinks like a lot of other things do. Different technology. So that's kind of what's going on. Oh, and I found this. I can't remember the name of this, but it is got a little green center in it, and it just smells delicious. It's a type of carnation. It's a single one. Actually got it as a gift. I have to tell you that story real quick, and then I'll let you go. So anyhow, it ended up that when I live real close to Lowe's, and so I mean like real close, like probably not even three. Well, yeah, not even 3 blocks from their driveway. Drive down the street, take a right, a left into their parking lot, and I'm on the side of the nursery, right? So I go there. Whenever I leave the house, I usually stop there to see if there's anything fun in the bonus buy rack, which bonus buy racks aren't as big as bonus buys as they used to be, but it's still saving money when I need a plant. And so anyhow, I go in there, and invariably I'll find somebody who's in a quandary. And my nature is to use the information God has blessed me to be able to hang on to regarding horticultural things and help people. So I help all kinds of people. I have met some really fun ladies there, and I hope I get to see them again because they live close by. There's one of them, I think we could be really good friends, but God knows. Anyway, getting back to this, I had a couple. The lady was trying to find the type of bag soil she could put in in a bigger pot. She has a quaking aspen they bought, and this was kind of like, she said, well, it's kind of like buying cut flowers. If it works, it works. And we'll enjoy it while we can. And I said, it's a really good attitude to have. So we went back and forth. Her husband was going all over the place and just kind of looking at things. He probably had his own agenda. You know how guys are. Anyhow, it ended up that we found what she needed. They went through. We said goodbye. They went through. Wasn't 2 minutes later, she comes and she grabs me and she says, we would like to bless you. You were so kind. I do this because I love it. I don't expect anything back. It's just a joy to me to see people find what they need and have success. That's part of the reason I love gardening, is it gives me the opportunity to help people in something that I know something about. And I know all of this is even a gift from God. You know, our talents are gifts from God. And so I just give him the glory. Anyway, getting back to her, she goes, we would like to pay for a plant. You know, any plant, whatever you want. And I was dumbfounded. I didn't even know, because I wasn't really looking for a plant. I just go there to kind of scope things out. And, you know, a lot of times it's to think about what I'm doing here and process things. It's kind of like making a stew. You know, I have to let things bubble in the pot for a while before I come up with the idea that I want to use. Thinking of all of the moving parts, you know, what happens if I do this and that, because renovating a landscape is a challenge, especially when it's in a park like I am. So anyway, I accepted their gift. I mean, I literally was in tears because this doesn't happen very often. So anyway, I found that little carnation, and I mentioned that, you know, I don't give flowers anymore because my husband's not alive. Tears. I'm welling up a little bit now. Take a deep breath. There, now I can talk. Anyhow, she bought that for me. She said, are you sure that's all you want? I said, yes, that's enough. I said, I have this. I can enjoy it. Others can enjoy it. It's a beautiful, interesting, unique carnation too. So anyway, I said, you know, I said, God bless you. She goes, you know, I'm a Christian. And I went, what? Turns out her husband's a pastor. And I'm just like, oh, wow. You know, thank you, Lord, for bringing your people to bless me. it is even more of a blessing. I know the church where he pastors. I've not been there. But I have a way to reconnect with them if I want to, which is really great. So I'm just so thankful that God has allowed me to be friendly and to have this knowledge that I can use to help others. Anyway, so, but with that, I want to bid you a fond adieu. I will get a picture of these peas planted up because I need to get going. I have a ladies' meeting at 10. It's probably about 7:15 right now here. But you know, time flies. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this time for me. I hope you got something out of it. And be encouraged. Just try something. And if it doesn't work, try again. Learn something. Learn why it didn't work. Anyway, God bless. You have a great day. This is Patty, the Tinker's Wife, signing off. We'll catch you next time.